do it. Ugh.
Do it.
Do it. Yeah. Hi there, Internet. Welcome to the International Writers Fellowship with everybody making weird voices, apparently.
It's my fault.
Yeah. Is it, though?
Typically.
Daniel Hand here, RPG therapist, as usual, joined by Ember of Robots and Magic. I believe Erica is joining. Oh, well, Erica is here, but it says device is not connected, so we will join her. We will bring her in momentarily. I think that's us for today. I think Jane is.
Last I heard, she's not coming, but she could always pop in at the last second. You never know. Erica!
Okay. And Booney's with us already. My goodness, Booney, you're in the... come on, we've literally only just clicked go live and you're already in the chat. Hi, lovely.
Booney's the best. We love.
Jeez. How is everybody? Okay,
Monday.
well, I'm so glad I asked that question.
I hate Monday. Plus, we're getting into that shifting of seasons and things again, and kids are about to go back to school, and I hate when we got to do the shuffle. You know what I mean? We got to re-rack everything, and I just got into the summer groove, and now it's back to school time. I don't know. I break out into a cold sweat anytime somebody mentions back to school. So that's me.
Whereas, whenever somebody mentions back to school, I'm like,
I mean, yeah, I guess you don't have to get up at the ass crack at dawn to get your small child to school.
Yeah, just because he's a teenager doesn't mean school starts later.
I figured by this point he could get himself up at the ass crack at dawn to.
Oh, he can, but he can't get himself to school because it's on the other side of town. He still needs somebody to take him.
What about you, Erica?
Okay, say that again, because I was trying to catch up because my computer was so freaking slow getting started and everything.
That's okay. We're sharing our thoughts about back to school.
Because Nathan isn't going to school again for another month, so that's I have my son. Yeah.
We start next. Well, my kiddo starts next Tuesday because freshmen go a day before everyone else.
Why?
So that they can get kind of the lay of the school without having all of the other students there.
Fair play.
Scary big kids.
Yeah. I don't so much mind back to school time, except for then clients all want after school appointments. And I'm like, I have 7 after school appointments a week. And that's it. That's what I have. And they're currently all taken. And so sorry, I can refer you to someone else if that's what you need. Otherwise, this is what I have. Mm-hmm. And so that's my biggest struggle with back to school time.
Appointments.
And life outside of kids going back to school. So obviously, I don't think you were here last week, Erica, either. So last week's stream seemed to go pretty cool. You were doing writing sprints, you rebels. Actually, doing the thing that we're supposed to be all about.
We liked it. It made us happy. And I used Dinosaur Timer.
I saw, which was amazing. And I confess I got very invested.
My dinosaurs almost never win. So yeah, that was pretty chill. And business is rolling along over at the creative services thing. And the EPUB of Manifuego is available, but the cover is miscolored because I may have exported it as a CMYK instead of an RBG and didn't preserve the color values. And so I
know exactly what you just said, honestly.
So you can export an image file with you know what? It's not. We're not going to go there.
It-
Basically,
okay.
there you can export an image file to either like be in one format or another format, and one of them may or may not fuck up if the colors are. It's so hard to explain. I can't
Right.
explain things. Like I know what it means, but like helping other people know what it means. Basically, it just didn't
No,
preserve
don't worry.
color
I was
values that I had in the design when I was designing it, when it became a JPEG. And so then I had to re-upload it in. It's re-uploaded on Ingram Spark, but it's not reflecting on Amazon, and I'm very anxious about it because it's all very green and it wasn't supposed to be. That's
Okay.
I've learned a lot over the past few days about InDesign. I'm self-taught. So
Jules is here as well. We've got Booney, Charlene, and Jules all in one place.
Yay! All our friends. And we need to get Jules on the stream.
We do. I thought she was going to come on last week.
There were some miscommunications, and that didn't happen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Life, the universe, and everything. It's 6 o'clock in the bloody morning there. Anyway, I don't know what she's doing out of bed, frankly.
Doing the keto thing. InDesign is tough. And again, I am self-taught, so there are things about it that I don't know as a matter of course that I have had to learn on the fly. Yeah, definitely fun. Definitely a good time if you like to do graphic design. Just yeah, learned a lot about EPUB files, reflowable text, embedding fonts, color profiles, open source fonts. I'm a graphic designer.
Yay. So yay. Whereas I just sit here and ask people how they feel.
I would say your job is more important than mine. So, you know.
Anyway, moving on. So, cards. Let's get cards done. Anybody else have any new decks? I've got 2 new decks.
I am too poor to have a new deck every week, Daniel. I don't.
Hey, me
I don't
too.
make that big therapist money.
These are things that, thankfully, these were paid for months ago. So I'm getting the benefits. I'm getting the rewards of the time that I had money. You know, so I can feel rich now, even though technically I'm poorer than I have been for a while. It's great. So I have this one arrived first. It's the Starlight Tarot, or we've got the Heritage Tarot. So this is really pretty art, you know, but typical wide array. But I can't even say the thing. The typical Rider-Waite. Jesus Christ, I could not say that. You know, the typical tarot designs.
Right.
And this is basically classical art.
I want Starlight.
Starlight. Good.
I just like the term Starlight, and Heritage gives me the heebie-jeebies right now. Just the term.
Fair.
Why, should I ask?
American politics deep dive. We'll get into it. Yeah.
Okay. It's just classical art, don't worry.
It's fine.
Anyway. Okay.
The word is just triggering right now. Good using words there, Dan, says Jules. That's not using your words.
No, but it's so expressive, don't you find?
I mean, I guess. I thought you guys did the other thing with the. Never mind. I'm not gonna.
We do both. It just depends on what mood I'm in.
With these 2 fingers and a certain, you know.
Yes, Jules, you do. Thank you. Thank you. Anyway, we have the 5 of Wands.
Oh, that's been coming up for me a lot lately.
Yeah.
That's not good.
Oh, there are worse cards to come up.
It's here to yell at me again, Dan.
So the 5 of Wands, upright keywords: conflict, competition, arguments, aggression, tension, rivals, clashes of ego. The 5 of Wands, let me just hold it up. The 5 of Wands represents disharmony, conflict, or competition. This card indicates that the querent may be in a frustrating situation where they feel constant opposition to their plans or efforts. Upright love meaning: competition between suitors, conflict between lovers, playful banter. Upright career meaning, competition between colleagues, competitive work environment, and conflict. Upright finances meaning financial instability, conflicts about money. This card is also a reminder to be vigilant and review details twice to avoid future miscommunications. The querent is encouraged to remain strong and patient. They will be able to overcome challenges with diplomacy. Should I take it that that rings true for you?
The fucking card. God damn it. Check details twice.
The art on these things is nice though. It's a very nice deck.
It's very nice. Very nice deck.
Yeah, not quite as dishy as the king from the other one, but you know, he looks happy.
I would sit across from him at the pub and have a chat. Yeah.
There you go.
You know. Okay.
So you seem to respond to that, Amber. Why don't you kick us off?
I mean, did you just hear me say that the color profile is fucked up on the EPUB cover of Manny Fuego that is available for purchase right now?
Nope, didn't hear you say that.
Because Dum Dum here didn't think to make sure that the
Dum
color
Dum
profile would be preserved.
Yeah, because Erica, you take that one for me. I don't have the strength to take.
Forgive yourself for not knowing what you didn't know before you learned it.
Okay, that's fair. I do think that I should have known better because, again, I'm a graphic designer and these things have in fact happened before, and I should have double, triple checked that I was in color preservation, exportation mode, etc., etc., etc. Jules asks, is it fixable? It is fixable. I fixed it on Ingram Spark. It just has yet to update on the sales sites. So it is a big, ugly green monster. Please don't look for Manny Fuego today if you wish to buy it. I mean, you can. The book reads fine.
And no, the book reads very well because it's an excellent book.
I can't wait to see all the fuck-ups in the print version.
And Caveman's here as well. First day at work after a vacation. Yeah, it's my second day back at work after the vacation. And it's like, why? Well, it wasn't really a vacation, was it? But, you know, why can't people just give me money for free? Why can't I just get paid to sleep? I'd be good at that. No, I wouldn't. I'm an insomniac. But I would give it a good effort. I would take the money anyway.
Give it the old college try.
Yeah. 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 I'm with you. How about you, Erica? Did that card say anything to you about writing?
Not necessarily about writing, at least not at this point. I think when the details, the being vigilant of details piece will be very important when I go to start editing Alana.
Mm-hmm.
Because it will be 6 to 7 books of there are certain things that will need to be consistent because I'm like changing terms and species names and like there's just a lot that will need to have consistency, and which is why it's the biggest reason I'm not like publishing them as I'm writing them.
Yeah, don't do that.
Because there is too much in the world that has changed since I started writing it. And I think that's one of the
Sorry, Jules and your damn style sheets. Yes, we know you like your style sheets, Jules. Jules and I have a style sheet for just about everything for our novel. We'll need a style sheet for the style sheet eventually.
It sounds to me like Jules is just a very organized person, And I envy that because I can be organized when I'm doing things like for my business. When it comes to things just for me, not so much. No.
I have a folder of trackers, like for so like the spells, like what the names of the spells are and what I'm changing them to, and the names of places and who are the people in those places and what their names are and what their species are, and like names of shops. And so I have like lots of tracker sheets. That's what I'm calling them.
Sorry, who is this person talking of? I don't remember.
Dan getting called out.
But this one, like, it's one of my biggest struggles, I think, for me as a writer is having a really great idea at the end of a story and not always being able to tie it in to make it make sense. If it's something that has, like when I was writing fan fiction, I would have to find a way to tie in really great ideas or save it for another story with the consistency stuff.
He also says he doesn't have ADHD every week.
Well, it's been a great week. I'm glad you enjoyed the stream. I hope everybody's having a good time, and we will speak to you here on the International Writers Fellowship same time next week. You have a good bye. What? No, we're not doing it just yet. Fine.
I think that is fantastic, Erica. I keep track of all my book assets and proper nouns and things on Trello, so I am capable of organization.
I don't even know what Trello is. What's Trello?
It's a thing that you can use to organize tasks and ideas and yada yadas.
Oh yeah, Booney's.
Booney.
Yeah.
I knew someone in the chat would be all for Trello. And I agree. I think you'll be fine when you're ready. And the greatest part of writing and publishing books is the writing and the editing process is not the end. And then you get to do more things, and then you get to market it. And then.
Yeah, well, I think, as I said just before we came live, there comes a point where you've just got to let it go.
Yeah, I'm not letting it go with the Oscar the Grouch green cover, but I understand what you're saying. And I will at some point.
I mean, the practitioner's guide, I could have gone on and on and on forever and still never been satisfied with it. But eventually, you know, if I don't give it out, the world's never going to see it. So. Mm-hmm.
I do think this is putting me off self-publishing, though. Like, too many details that I have to manage, and I'm trying to run a business and be a person who with a child and a household and sleep sometimes. Anyway, we were going to move on. Let's move on.
It's worth, it's experience, and the thing is, you now know that you've got it out there. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. We mustn't mention the S word. Oof.
Speaking of programs ruining my life. Thank you. Yeah, it's fine. You know.
It's fine. I'm fine. Everything's fine.
Everything's fine.
I use Word. I use Microsoft Word, and I've started using Google Docs. Those are. That's as complex as my brain can take. I have a typewriter behind me. I'm surprised I've made it past that, frankly.
I use both Word. Well, I type in Word and then put it into used to, not so much anymore, but I put it into Google Drive so that my friends could read it and make comments on it. So they could tell me what they liked and what they didn't like. It was just easy to share, but then I I'm not a fan of the, I don't know, stealing my intellectual property being a possibility, but it's also like,
I know. I went through the same thing. I yanked all my stuff off Google, and then I was like, well, first of all, it's probably already been scrubbed if that was, truly what was happening. And second of all, is anything that I write ever safe anywhere? If my computer is connected to the internet, I have no idea. And I'm sure there's someone out there who is techie enough to be like, you could have like a VPN and all this other crap. I don't know, but like, I'm with
and
you.
I have a VPN.
Oh, well.
Even when I'm at home on our personal network, and my husband is an IT person, and it's very secure, like my VPN is on.
Yep. Well, there you go.
I have philosophy. Who's going to want to copy my stuff? I mean, Jesus, if your standards are really that low, if you're going to go out of your way to steal somebody's ideas, go to somebody who's got some good shit to copy.
Okay, if I get in trouble for self-deprecating remarks, then you get in trouble for self-deprecating remarks.
No, I don't mean like
no, but okay, so here, hold on. Because I had this happen I had a client call me out. Well, it was a parent. Thursday. So the parent is a therapist, and I was sharing with them this this document I put together in Canva on executive functioning. And so like it has this like title thing and the instructions, but then it has the executive functioning skills broken down into like 9 different skills. And then if what those skills, so like the first one is self-awareness, but it's like self-awareness in the context of executive functioning skills. And then if you feel that you are weak, average, above average, or strong. And then if so that's like a middle column. And then the other column is ideas to boost each of those executive functioning skills. And so I printed it off for this parent, and she's like, can I use this in my practice? And I was like, yeah, go ahead. And she's like, well, I'm not going to like give it out to clients, but I'll sit there and do it with them and then let them know. I was like, no, make copies of it. I'll send you a PDF. She's like, well, your name's not on it. I was like, it's fine. I don't care. Hand it out. And she's like, no. Like this, you need to credit yourself. And I had this moment of like, I do this. I credit everyone for everything. And I don't think that I'm good enough to credit other people or for other people to credit me. And then I was like, damn it. So like I'm having this moment as I'm talking to this parent. I was like, all right, yep. You're right. I'm putting my name on it, and then I'll send it to you. There
you go. But man, when you said a parent called you out, I had palpitations. I was like, she called you out about what?
No, it was a very good call out, because like in Adlerian theory, we have the crucial C's, and count is one of them. So like I matter unconditionally, and my count is my lowest. It's better than it has ever been, and it's still low. And so like that's where that comes from, is no, take it. It doesn't matter that my name's not on it. You can use it. It's not a big deal. And it is kind of a big deal because I put a lot of work into it.
May I show you a thing that my therapist gave me that made me want to scream, because I am a graphic designer and someone actually put this in their book and put their name on it? Look at this ugly fucking thing. I'm pretty sure that is Comic Sans font over there.
Hey,
I'm not 100% sure.
Hey, but and this came from a very well-known professional.
I'm sorry, I'm not done. Look at this. Oh, it's centered. It's not organized in any way. The colors make. I looked at this and I wanted to scream. Like, this looks like somebody made it in PowerPoint in 1997. What is that? What is that supposed to be?
That is something that I put together in Microsoft Excel, expecting somebody to make something nice about it. No. Copy, paste.
Oh my God. Whoopsie. Well, I told her that I'm going to take this, and I think I can make a different model of it and just credit based on Peter Levine.
Where is
because I looked at this and I can't even look at the words because they're out of alphabetical order and they're centered and they're weird and some things are capitalized and some things aren't.
A table from Microsoft Word.
Is that in your book?
That's in this book.
And you gave that to them, assuming that they would set a graphic designer on it?
Assuming that somebody who knew what the fuck they were doing would do something.
But did you tell them? Did you tell them that was there and that you would need a Okay.
Oh,
all right.
Did
okay.
I tell them?
Okay. Sometimes men don't say things. I just, it's not.
Believe me, they knew. You should have seen the arguments I had about the pictures of the dice.
I believe you.
So when you say that you're not too sure about self-publishing, I'm like, really? Don't tell me this. I need one avenue of hope.
I mean, it's fine. I think
Sorry. Jules, what have you been drinking? Have you had 2 coffees already this morning? You're on fire, girl, and I'm feeling the burns. Jesus. Sorry, Amber, carry on.
Self-publishing. Okay. I think that I don't know. It's a lot. It's a lot of details. You have to be really adept at what you're doing, or you have to hire people to put things together for you. So, like, I didn't hire a cover designer. I did my own cover, and now I'm kind of regretting that. And I did the EPUB and the formatting myself. And, have I ever formatted a novel before? No. Did I just do the thing where I just jumped in and did it? Yeah. But I don't know. I my book is available for purchase right now, and I thought it was going to be exciting, but instead it's just been like one frustration after another because it's I can't words anymore, you guys.
No, don't worry. Jules is saying she hasn't had a coffee in almost 3 weeks, and my immediate also that's why. And Charlene agrees because we're grumpy and caffeine withdrawal. So Jules 2.0. When did we skip Jules 1.5? Come on.
She went straight to 2.0. We had a whole chat about it last week when you were not here.
Oh, sorry.
I have to check Amazon again and see if the book is fixed.
What was I going to say? I was going to say something deep and meaningful. Okay, but you can change it, can't you? Just ad hoc. Is that right? You can just edit the document. So whenever you decide you want a new cover, you can just upload a new cover.
Yes, after 60 days, it will cost me money. It does take time for that new cover to be reflected on by online retailers too, and I'm still seeing the horrible green monster. So hopefully that fixes itself soon.
Can I just say, as somebody who's seen the original cover, calling it a horrible green monster might be going a tad far. Because I
saw the original cover. You didn't see the redesign.
I can't imagine it would have been as terrible as you're making it out. Just as somebody who knows you, I can't imagine it's quite as shit as you would want us to believe.
It's pretty shit.
Just putting it out there.
Okay. Just the colors got all fucked up and there's not enough contrast.
Did it come out neon purple?
It came out neon green. It wasn't supposed to be neon green. It was supposed to be sky blue.
But as long as it's it isn't neon purple, you're fine.
We're not going to agree on this.
No.
Anyway, it's a lot of work to self-publish. It's a lot of work to get all the files and do all the things and to get your ISBNs and to put the information in there. And ISBNs are expensive. And I did it all. And what's Erica looking at?
It's lime green.
Thank you. It's lime fucking green. It's supposed to be sky fucking blue.
Whereas what I would say is my trad publishing experience has been you've got to do all of that work anyway, and you don't have control of the final product.
Your publisher doesn't input the ISBN information?
Oh yeah, they do that kind of shit, but I've still got to do the marketing. I had to graphic design a lot of shit in there because no fucker else did. And,
Resist joke. must not make joke at Dan's expense.
Please make jokes at my expense. Dan needs jokes at his expense.
Just that line. I'm like, that's graphic design?
No, but that's because by that point I'd given up.
Given up. Oh.
No, you should have seen the dice. Oh my fucking god, you should have seen the dice.
I believe you.
You do not. I mean, but no, that and plus I don't have graphic design skills. I don't know how the fuck to make. I mean, an Excel graph is as good as I can fucking make.
Maybe I just need a fellowship to help me out. Yeah, probably. Once everything is fixed, I will be relying on all you guys to help me push it out there. But Kraken.
Kraken's here as well. We've got the whole family here.
Yeah.
I'm dying in this room. It's so fucking muggy.
It's getting warm.
See, my biggest reason that I will self-publish, even if it is a pain in the ass, is because I want my artwork. That is, my friend is doing the artwork, and these books cannot happen without her art.
That's very cool. And I will say this experience has been a learning tree, a pain train of learning. And if I do get to a point with my fantasy novel where traditional publishing is not an option, I will, of course, consider self-publishing, but I will probably tag some people in to do some of the work.
Yeah.
I'm starting to find that just because one can do everything oneself does not mean that one should do everything oneself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And
that's like the whole motto of my fucking business. And yet when I go to do things, I'm like, I'm going to do it myself. So. Yeah.
And that's very likely what I will do, is tag people in because, especially with the editing process, because I am a therapist, not an English major.
You would be shocked the kinds of grammatical errors that my editor found that I never even knew existed.
See, I years and years ago, I mean, Jesus, must be 17 years ago now, I was a member of a local writing group, and I think I've mentioned before, it was one of the worst writing experiences I've ever had. I mean, every single meeting I came away feeling like a worse writer. It was vile. And there was one guy there who was published, massively anal about it. You can't change it now because it's already been published. I'm like, then why the fuck did you bring it here to ask for feedback? But he self-published several things, and I wish I could remember his name or the name of the book because it was arse-clenchingly bad. We're talking, what's that film? Is it? It's bullshit. I did not. Was it The Room or something?
Oh, like that? Yeah, that's The Room.
Yeah, it is the equivalent of bad.
Was it then entertaining like The Room is? Because man, The Room is fucking funny.
I've never actually seen it. All I know is its reputation. But it was just so. And so, there are some people who do it all themselves and don't care. They just copy paste into whatever format Amazon needs you to copy paste in. Ends off. They don't concern themselves with editors. And the what's it called? The cover was clearly just two photographs meshed on top of each other. It was painful, and I pray I remember his name at some point, because oh my god.
See, I think that's why I'm so completely anal retentive about how my book presents itself, because self-publishing does have a bit of a reputation of you can put whatever crap out there and sell it, and it doesn't have to be edited, and it doesn't have to be good.
Fuck! I found it. I will not put it on the internet. A, because I don't want to give the arsewipe any publicity. But B, because it would be mean.
I thought you saw the green cover of Manny Fuego and finally understood my pain.
No. I'll show you.
The rest of the cover looks really cool. I mean, and even the light, I like green, so I mean that's.
If you click on the like read a sample, you can see the colors that are actually supposed to exist because it's also embedded in the EPUB for reasons I don't totally understand. I think because when you download it, I don't fucking know. I mean, I'm
God, it's so bad.
curious.
So bad.
But yeah, I think. I don't know, with self-publishing, I just think it's so hard unless you have from what I understand, and I don't understand a whole lot, so this could be completely and totally wrong. Like that, if you don't have an in with the publishing company, that it's really, really difficult to get someone to publish you, right?
Sorry, I've just got to do the whole. He remembered, no, but this way the air doesn't smell so foul. Always follow your nose. Sorry.
Uni says she can't find my book on Amazon. Good.
It's Diana Gray. It's not. Is it Emma Gray or which one's you? Which one?
If you search Manny Fuego, MANNIE, and then Fuego, FUEGO, it should come up. But yes, I am published under my actual real people name, not my fictitious name. I published through my through my business because that is a thing that I'm allowed to do.
Not really.
Yes, I checked.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So
the publisher is Diana Gray Creative Services. Go me.
Go you indeed.
But yeah, you should be able to. Let me see. I'm going to refresh Amazon again and see. Oh, God. Oh. Fuck.
Oh,
Live and learn.
I forgot.
That's the title. Just Google that. It is amazing.
Don't
I've read
Google it and look at the green cover. And if you do see the green cover, I'm sorry for your eyeballs. It will be fixed in a matter of hours as soon as Ingram Spark gets it over to Amazon and Amazon.
And also, the cover is the least important part of the book.
It's the most important part. People are gonna be.
No. Absolutely, I completely agree with you on the marketing point. I'm talking about for the purposes of this conversation with these people. These people are here because they like you already and are interested in what you've written, not the cover of the book.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
So yes, I completely agree that you need to get the cover right, but for the purposes of this hour, the people already know you. They just want to read what you've written, and it is well worth a read.
Thank you, Booney.
Oh no, I used to work in publishing. I've worked in book production. The line in publishing is always judge a book by its cover.
Mm-hmm.
But again, we're amongst friends here.
Okay. I just remembered something. So this is not my book. However, a book just came out. And Dan, I'm putting it like in the private chat thing because I'm not logged into anything to put it in the big chat. I have 2 interventions in this book.
Sorry, all I've seen is the title, and I'm like, oh my god, gimme.
Oh, I'm not looking at the private chat.
Nah.
So it's got some really, really great stuff in it. Sophia has one also.
Oh.
Sophia has an intervention.
Anything that has the word bibliotherapy in it.
Yeah, so it's the Bibliotherapy Toolbox 100 plus creative and playful story-based interventions to help kids create safety, overcome challenges, and build resiliency. It's a mouthful.
Why
And
wasn't I invited to write for this?
one of my friends saw Tammy Van Hollander. Yes, I always want to say Vander Hollander. And I'm like, no, I want to like put an extra
syllable in the whole.
Yes. And so I wanted to make sure I got it right. Saw her post and sent it to me. And then I got an email from someone who seriously like shocked the bejesus out of me. And I don't know if I can say anything about it. But asking me to contribute to their book, who like this is a very, very well-renowned play therapist, like world renowned play therapist, like reached out to me, and I'm like, how do they even know who I like? This person emailed me. How do they know who I like? I was shocked. So I'm going to submit some ideas for this person's book too.
Hooray!
Can you give me the email so I can submit some as well?
Yeah, I can email her and ask her if I can pass it on, because it is totally right up your alley. We'll talk.
We'll talk. Beautiful. Not that I'm scrounging writing gigs right now, but.
And Jules, thank you for waiting until it's pretty again. It should be if not by the end of today, then early tomorrow. I'll put a note up on the Discord, and I can't wait for the print to be available, because that's going to be. I'm very proud of the jacket that I designed. So.
Well, and colors are they are tricky, because you don't want it to be so busy, but you want it to be unique and catchy.
Yeah, I was looking at other ebooks, e-published covers, and I felt like this did not look like anything else, and I couldn't tell if I liked that or if it scared the shit out of me. But the colors are important, because I had to look up the exact color coding for highway signs to get that exact shade of green. And that's part of why I'm like, because
yeah.
I also looked up the formatting for how arrows and lines work, and the actual font for the highway signs, and there's just different.
That's awesome. I love the detail though. Like
I mean, from what the thing I saw was great. I don't know what you've changed, but I'm
the
not
lime green. It's just the colors got fucked up, because like I said, I exported it with the wrong color settings, and it didn't preserve. So it's just so it'll be less green. Just just got shifted this way into like the greens. And yeah, thank you, Jules. Anyway, we lost Dan last week to California.
Yes.
He is not sunburned, from what I can tell.
No, because that witch's clit of a hat that everybody hates saved me. It was
God,
amazing.
even the term makes me want to barf. Okay.
It's from What We Do in the Dark.
I know.
It's hilarious. I fucking love it.
It's an upsetting term. No, you're fine. So
I'm just going to say we can talk about it for 5 minutes, but there is a very important topic that I want to discuss here as part of it, as an aside. But I want to leave
that's right.
Because we can. My experiences we'll be talking about those on, I suppose. I was watching your stream last week. It was very amusing. You and Jen talking about how you couldn't wait for me to talk about the heat, and I'm like, ha 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 ha. I have come back from San Diego with a big fat zero sympathy for Americans and heat, because you have this beautiful thing called air conditioning, and even if you are outside in the baking death trap of California, psychologically there's a huge difference knowing that at the end of the day you have this beautiful thing called a thermostat. Whereas here, yes, the temperature outside is not nearly as bad in San Diego, but there is no escape. If you are hot in the morning, you are going to be hot at night. If you are hot outside, you are going to die inside. There is no. So yeah, I'm sorry. I laughed whilst you two were talking about how I was going to come back a changed man because of him. Like, nope. All this has done is confirm everything I've ever believed. Sorry.
Not every building in California is air conditioned.
I'm sure.
And we were hoping also that the vibes might change you. That's just the groovy California vibes.
Oh no, the vibes. Well, see, the vibes.
How were the vibes?
The vibes weren't California. The vibes were nerds. The vibes were people in costumes. The vibes were a bloke dressed as Deadpool holding a gun to my head.
You still had to navigate other parts of California.
Oh
that
yeah,
were not Comic-Con.
Where is it? This was the high. Well, no, this was an amazing part of my trip.
Yeah, that's fun.
And I put it on Facebook. No therapists were harmed in the taking of this photograph. But yeah, it was good. It was. I was disappointed. I mean, because the clue's in the name. It's Comic Con, not Games Con, and actually Gen Con is this week. But I was slightly disappointed in the absolute nothing in terms of games there was there. There were several panels about RPGs and several live plays, but there was zero merchandise. I was a bit disappointed. I mean, my bank account wasn't disappointed. My bank account was very happy by that. But the only thing I bought, actually, because I thought, well, I'm here, I've got to buy some, and it was on my birthday, I've got to buy something. This is from a webcomic that I've followed for years, and I love it. It's called Life of the Party.
Oh, that's cool.
And
was the artist there, or was
yeah, no, this is yeah, it's
you got to read the artist.
And the creepy thing is, I can't remember who I was speaking to about it, but I actually said that about 2 weeks ago, saying what would happen if Gandalf met the Black Knight, and there it was, just staring at me. It was
that's awesome,
creepy, cool. Terrifying. But yeah, got to meet a lot of lovely people. I found my people. I think I've said I came to San Diego to meet colleagues. I left with family, that kind of Bath stuff. I also got an advanced copy of the next book that I'm appearing in, The Handmaid's Tale Psychology, in which I have a chapter about the psychology of religion.
Wow. Look at Dan go.
Come away with sorry?
I said, look at Dan go.
I came away with a few offers for other projects, which on paper I like the sound of. I don't know how. I came away thinking, oh, that's cute and enthusiastic, rather than, yeah, this is going to work. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah.
I've come back with more ideas for non-fiction, which isn't, I mean, I prefer to be writing fiction, but at this stage I'll take anything. So I've started writing other stuff, which is, or at least getting ideas down and doing some research. So well worth it. Well worth a try. I don't know if I'd do it again, simply because it was a 17-hour trip all in to get there. The first 48 hours in San Diego, I slept 28 hours because jet lag, and I'm an old man.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm glad I did it, if that makes sense.
It's freezing in Australia, by the way.
Yes.
Just looking at the chat.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, when I went to London, my drama teacher made us stay up once we got there. So it was like we'd been on the plane for however many hours, and we got there, and then she was like, now we're gonna walk around. And I was like, what? Then we went to Heath Park. I don't know. We went to a park. I saw the lions at Trafalgar Square, and then eventually she was like, now you all can go night-night. I was like, thank God. But then I wasn't jet lagged, so she kept us up all day, but I wasn't jet lagged. I was also 17 though, so
Yeah.
But that was her. She, on the other hand, was in her 60s. It was just,
yeah, I hate those people who are just so old and yet they put us young'uns to shame.
damn her. I think she's still teaching drama to inmates now, even though she retired from teaching. She goes to prisons and teaches theater as a mode of therapy. So yeah, she's just one of those people. Anyway, we have to talk about, speaking of therapy,
We do.
we have to talk about some fucked up shit, you guys.
I'm afraid so. I'm going to go trigger warning up front for sexual violence and fucked up shit. So I have a friend, long-standing friend, love her to pieces, and she and a number of other women have come forward about Neil Gaiman of Stardust, Good Omens, and loads of other
Wildly
shit.
popular pop culture books that totally got into the zeitgeist.
Yeah. And this is not news to me because I've known about it for a long time. It happened to her more than 10 years ago. But she's very specifically asked nobody to talk about it. And her take was that she wasn't going to come forward until somebody else came forward because she had the typical guilt that a lot of women in this situation feel. Other women have come forward, and I again, I know numbers, but I've been asked not to reveal them. But it's very much not just a one-off. It's a pattern of behavior, and I approached you guys asking if we could talk about this here because I think as writers we need to be on the right side of history, shall we say. And
can you speak a little bit more to what the specific accusations are? Because having a history of sexual trauma like I did, I just couldn't really look at the
and that is perfectly understandable. So
I understand that there were some accusations, and I understand that it had to do in some part, at least one person with mental illness, or anyway, if you can kind of give us the TLDR, the Reader's Digest version, the what have you.
Several women under different circumstances came into contact with Gaiman. One of them worked directly for him as a housekeeper. Others were fans who, young fans, very early 20s, whereas when he was in his 60s, I think.
Okay, so not underaged, but quite young.
Yeah.
Got it.
And and pressured into having aggressive sex that people in the BDSM community would sneer at, but if it's not what you want, as in this was very much not what they wanted. They weren't interested in it, and yet were treated. Power was abused, wealth was abused. I mean, cliched things like, I'm a very wealthy man, I'm used to getting what I want, kind of thing. Sex in exchange for rent money, and appalling, just sickening, disgusting shit. And the first time I heard about it was very my immediate response, along with, oh my God, are you okay? Was, oh, Neil, not you too. Because his big thing is being a nice guy. And I do not fault anybody for getting legal representation. If ever you're in a situation, get yourself a lawyer. Doesn't matter what you just, if there's any accusations or legal stuff in any way, get a lawyer. But the optics on this one aren't great because he's hired the same people who represented Jeffrey Epstein and several other. And it's like, mate, I believe it. I could be wrong, but not as in several people who have since been found to be less than savory.
Right. Yeah.
And
Jesus fucking Christ is an appropriate reaction. Yeah.
This feels like the best time to have ever to have gotten my tattoo that I just got.
Tell us more.
Well, the Has Been Hotel one. So there.
I know. I'm just saying for the people who.
Yeah.
Don't.
So Has Been Hotel, is my oh god, hyperfixation right now. It's really bad. This show is not bad. My hyperfixation with the show is really bad. I have made all of the characters into Shrinky Dinks. I listen to the soundtrack all the time. And I make them into Shrinky Dinks because I want to use them in Santry for people who have seen the show, because I think there is a lot of depth to all of the characters. But making Valentino was really, really fucking hard. So there are these two characters, and how this kind of pertains to this. Angel is one. He's a porn star, and Valentino is a demon overlord who Angel has sold his soul to. And you learn this first episode, maybe second episode. This is not spoiling anything. But in the fourth episode, there is a trigger warning for sexual assault, non-consensual sex. That I had a friend, because of my history, spoil the whole thing for me. And, Valentino makes Angel film all day because he's pissed off at him. And that it's happening in the background. You don't see it happening. And just to watch Angel's character arc through the first season, because there's 8 episodes. That's it. That's all there are. Eight episodes of this show, except for season 2 is going to be done the end of this year, beginning of next year. And they've already signed on for seasons 3 and 4, which I'm so fucking excited for. But so Friday I had a tattoo appointment, and I wanted to get something with Angel.
Sorry, before you carry on, just because I've spotted it and I'll forget, but I was wrong. It's not the same law firm that represented Epstein. It's the same law firm that's represented Ezra Miller, Marilyn Manson, and Prince Andrew.
Oh, okay. That's better.
Sorry, carry on.
So I had room on my sleeve, and I wanted he means a lot to me. And so I still have the second skin over it. So you kind of have to bear with it.
Skin.
But so the 3 dots they're hot pink, and they are these dots that Angel has under his eyes. But then the chains are red, and these are the chains that Valentino has wrapped around Angel. But what I made sure we did with these chains is that they're breaking. Because that was really, really, really important to me, that these chains are breaking. So
cute.
Because no does not mean convince me. No fucking means no.
Absolutely. And he's pulled out bullshit like, oh, I'm autistic. I'm not very good at noticing signs. She said, no, babe.
Excuses are like assholes. Everyone has them.
Yeah. And and he's paid money to some of these women to shut them up. He's had one of them sign an NDA, which is super fucking illegal. You can't sign an NDA about crime, you can't tell anybody I committed this crime. No, that's not how it works.
Yep.
These are not actions of somebody who thinks they haven't done anything. And like I say, he hasn't hired a law firm. He's hired a PR firm to quash things. And I am writing to his publishers as we speak, but me being me, and spending forever writing the letter, and I frankly encourage other people to follow suit.
I mean, what kind of thing do you write to the publisher?
Making my protestations known. That's all. What can they do? I don't know. Not work with this guy. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's Good Omens' saving graces. At least it wasn't entirely Neil Gaiman. I mean, I never found Gaiman's writing that great, to be honest. It never did it for me. But I loved the movie Stardust, which, But I had a couple of his books. They've been destroyed because I'm never going to read them again, and I'm not going to be responsible for other people reading them. So it's a shame, but I think especially in the light of a certain month that we've come out against also, and like I say, I'm not saying this as some rando on the internet. I'm saying this as a friend of one of the victims.
And as somebody who has kept silent about things happening because I either didn't believe I was going to be believed or was pressured into silence because the other person had more power.
Yeah.
Fucking sucks. So it fucking sucks that his victims were out there for God knows how long, and the rest of the, pop culture world was basically filleting him, being like, "You're so great." Like, I also am not a really big Gaiman fan. I read a couple of his books, and I was like, "These are okay. I like them okay." Like, I just never really. It wasn't my stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really care for the Stardust movie, but
I liked it because it had Robert De Niro as a gay pirate.
Yeah, that's cool.
As I say, just my heart goes out to all the victims, obviously, but especially my friends, and just it's appalling. But the thing that annoys me is there is a lot of victim blaming going on, as we all and the victims knew there would be. There's the usual trolls. There's the people saying that these girls were so stupid they should have known what was happening.
There's always victim blaming. Always.
Absolutely.
It's why people don't talk about it, because
this is why my friend Claire, a pseudonym, didn't come forward until other people came forward, because and plus also people are talking about her now. She's been interviewed. Bear in mind, she's a woman in her mid-30s now. She was 21, I think, 22 when it happened. So now she's talking about it with maturity and hindsight and understanding. When you're a kid going up and meeting one of your favorite authors,
one of the most famous authors in the world,
the most famous author, I went speechless when I met the author of a history book when I was 20. And when this guy who you've idolized your whole life invites you backstage to his bus and then forces himself on you, A, how do you say no to that? And B, how do you say no to that? You try, but there's that power dynamic, Yeah, absolutely, Jules. Joss Whedon, it's got very similar vibes, because again, Joss Whedon had a reputation for being a super chill guy, and this fucking world is, I think, my big takeaway from all this. So anyway, I will end that particular nastiness unless anybody else has anything else they'd like to add, but I didn't feel comfortable not saying something, and I wanted to leave it till the end, or toward the end of the episode.
totally fair. I did see a couple people jump off the stream when you mentioned the trigger warning, so it's good to always good to respect that. Yeah, Firefly is really good, and I don't know. I'm sick of people being ugly and nasty and terrible. You know, J.K. Rowling comes to mind. Leave trans kids alone, motherfucker. Yeah, it just sucks. Like it's and there is no. I have nothing better to say about it because it hits too close to home. So
yeah.
You lost the picture.
Which picture?
Who's lost the picture? I don't know. The picture.
I lost it 50 years ago. And the plot. Cool. So yeah, so that's that. That was waiting for me when I got back from, because I didn't have the internet in San Diego, because you have to pay for extra data in the US, and I therefore only used my data for maps.
Hotel Wi-Fi?
Oh yeah, I did have that, but by the time I got there, by the time I got back to the hotel, I was too fucking knackered to go on the internet. As I say, 28 hours sleeping.
That's a lot. Yeah, Jules, I'm with you. We need some like mental mouthwash to kind of get the bad.
Exactly. And that's why we've gone back to San Diego.
Do you have a favorite panel you went to? Like, did you get to see any cool panels?
We went to an amazing panel. I think it was called Story Quest, which was just an actual play panel, but they're starting a series on Twitch and YouTube. It was a Spelljammer playthrough, and it was just funny as hell, and chaos gremlins everywhere, and yeah, there was a lovely feeling of community there. You know, it was very much a "these are my people" kind of thing, and everybody was there just to have a good time. I mean, unless you went there to go and see the big announcements in Hall H, which I didn't, because you've got a queue there for the full day, and I don't know. And frankly, I don't know how I feel about the whole Robert Downey Jr. reveal. But we'll have to wait and see. I hope that they're just. I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do, but I am not excited for it.
I was telling a friend the other day that I feel like a fake nerd because I'm not really that into Star Wars, and I'm not that really into Marvel comics and all these superhero movies that are coming out. And I saw the Robert Downey Jr. thing, and I was like, giant, who cares? Happy for people who like it. It just wasn't, I just don't. But the point that I was making was that you are valid even if you don't like certain things that are really popular in the nerdy zeitgeist. So I like JRPGs and shit like that.
No wrong with that.
I was excited. I follow Has-Been on Instagram, and the chick that plays Charlie, well, her name is Erica spelled with a K, which makes her like the coolest fucking person ever.
Of course.
Because no Ericas ever spell their name with a K, really.
Only the coolest Ericas spell their names with a K.
I mean, I think so.
Yeah.
But she
Especially the coolest Erica.
She sang like the first song of the show at the con. Like, they introduced her and they were playing this song in the background, and she gets up and she sits on the table and she's like, let's start that over. And then she sings the whole damn song. And I was like, I would have loved to have been there for that.
That is the most adorable thing in existence. Oh. We did go to the San Diego, not zoo, safari business, and Charlene was there, and my mate Ben, and oh my God, you should have seen the two of them talking about the platypus. They walked in to see the platypus, and Ben was like, "Oh my god, it's the most adorable thing ever! Oh my, hi there!" And she's like, "Oh, it's like a cute little water puppy." And I was just stood there going, "The fuck? What's going on here? Please, just somebody help me. What's going on?"
Water
Yeah.
puppy.
There you go.
Oh, Jules is saying she's hoping to join in a couple of weeks. Jules, you just let us know when. And mostly you let Dan know when, because Dan runs all the tech and can get you into the thing, and we got to get you into the group chat, and we got to...
Yeah, as I say, I was just... Come on. Yes, Charlene, you should take Ben to Australia and see the animals in their natural habitat, along with spider season and everything else that's trying to kill you in Australia.
You know, that is my major disappointment from my time in Kenya, is I saw no giant bugs.
I can feel the disappointment. I would be disappointed too.
I wanted to see giant bugs.
Okay,
I didn't even see a cool snake. Saw a lion. That was pretty fucking cool. Kangaroos in your front. That's magical.
The evil buggers, aren't they? Kangaroos. They are very aggressive little motherfuckers.
They'll
Yeah.
get you. They'll get
Yeah.
you. One of my favorite wrestlers does the kangaroo kick. He'll do this, and that's how you know he's gonna. Wrestling's fun, okay?
I used to watch it.
Yeah, I like
used
wrestling.
to watch it when it was WWF, not WWE.
Oh no, I watch AEW.
Like Stone Cold Steve Austin, he
Yeah.
was my man. Him and the Undertaker, they were my favorite.
The Undertaker, yeah, much better than the Number Taker. Fucking hell.
It's like way back in the day.
Yeah, I didn't get into it until about 6 months ago, but now I'm all in. AEW is fun. So it sounds like Jules wants us to come visit.
Hey, if she wants to pay for the flight.
Well, before we get off, all of our American people, tomorrow is primaries. Go vote.
Tomorrow's primaries. Go vote.
What? We already voted in primaries, I thought.
Oh, okay. Maybe that's just in Kansas. If you live in Kansas and you're watching, go vote.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's no voting in California tomorrow. I think we did all of our voting.
Tomorrow's our primaries. Go vote.
Just tomorrow? Presidential primaries and all the congressional and all that? Okay.
Yeah, we have one primary.
Whereas we have 1 day to vote, and so if you don't vote between, I think it's 7 a.m. and 10 p.m. or was it 9 p.m. You've missed your chance, and that you've missed your chance to influence the government.
Yeah, no, and then that will be in November also, but we can do mail-in and some early voting. But this is my voting shirt.
Nice. We're both wearing political shirts today. I'm into it. This is a political shirt kind of day.
Mine's the most political. Miss Marvel's amazing. Kamala Khan for president.
I mean.
Okay, yeah.
Kamala for president.
Yeah. Kamala for president. Yeah, too right. Kamala for president.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
We say we're apolitical, and then we're like.
Hey, all I know is that.
No means no. That is my political statement. No
I feel like that's not even freaking political, though. That's just.
It should not be.
It's consent 101. And yet it is. Yeah. No, you're right. You're right. It's
okay.
We said we were gonna talk about happy things on the way out, and we went back.
The fact that we no longer have to worry about Joe Biden is a happy thing. It makes me very happy. Switching the 100% acceptance of a defeat with Joe Biden to the happiness of a statistical tie.
Here's other happiness. And then we can go, because I don't game on computers. I'm not a computer gamer. And we are physical, like, disc copy people. I got my physical copy of Baldur's Gate a week and a half ago. And so my husband and I have been playing together split screen. but also he has Taekwondo Monday and Wednesday nights. And so I have my own solo game going also where I created Alana. And it's been really fun to run around as her. Except for people keep hitting on her. And I'm like, you are not Emmerich. And no, you are not Emmerich.
And I will, sorry, just to give us more happiness at the end, I'll just share with you a couple of pictures I took at the con, which I showed this one to Erica just because it's Erica. And oh my, look at that.
Because Harley.
Because Harley. But I mean, that girl, the amount of effort that girl put in. I mean, look at that hammer, for God's sake.
Is she wearing a rubber mask?
Yep, looks like it.
Okay.
My guess is she just the eyepiece is and then she painted the rest of her face.
Oh, okay.
And even the Kyoto Warriors need to stop for lunch.
Oh, I love that.
It's like the whole reason I want to go to a con is just so I can be in costume all day. And yes, next week we will talk more about writing. Today we had to talk about self-publishing and people who suck. And
I think we that's rather disingenuous of you, Jules. We've actually been very on topic.
Hopefully a stream. We can actually maybe try to do a sprint later this week. Some of us, any of us.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's of interest because it's of interest to me. And yeah, going into the outro, I'm going to start streaming Secret of Mana next week for anybody who wants to watch somebody blind play through that game. So there's that coming up too. So yay.
Playing Alana, even though it's not like playing her game, has been I want to write her. I want
Whose computer just booped?
That was mine.
Okay. I love that we all go, was that me? What was that?
Mine doesn't make those sounds anymore. I have PTSD from Microsoft doing that. I'm like, ah! Who's yelling at me?
Right then, guys. We've gone slightly over time. I hope that's all right with everybody.
We still got people
Anybody
watching.
got any last parting shots they want to give out? Well, from the sounds of it, we might well be getting together at some point again this week to do a writing sprint. So I'm sure if you're a friend of the channel, that will come up. I'll put it on Facebook as well if I remember.
I'll Discord and Instagram it if I remember.
Mm-hmm. And other than that, we'll be together for another episode next week. So Yay. Thanks everyone for joining us. Where can we be found, Erica?
RPG Play Therapy on Twitch and YouTube, and rpgplaytherapy.com.
Amber?
Oh, it's my turn. Sorry, I was starting to disassociate. I am at Robots and Magic here on Twitch and on TikTok and on Instagram, and I have robotsandmagic.com, but that's kind of needs to be updated. And you can find Manny Fuego's Guide to Good Eats, the ugly cover version, on Amazon right now. But hopefully the good cover version will be coming to you in a matter of hours or days. I don't know.
Exactly. And you can find me on YouTube at the RPG Therapist and online at monolithcounselling.co.uk. You can pre-order your copy of The Handmaid's Tale Psychology. I think this is coming out in November, so it's still a good way away, but get your order in now. It's got it's got a fantastic chapter about the psychology of religion by some random bloke, Daniel Hannard. Don't know. But it's The Handmaid's Tale, so there's just so much meaty stuff in here. So order yourself a copy of that, and go online and get yourself a copy of Role Playing Games Psychotherapy: A Practitioner's Guide on Amazon, Barnes and Noble, wherever you get your reading material, crap graphics and all. And we will see you same time. Yeah, exactly. Dan Isle. Dan Isle. Oh, look at you. See?
Like that one right there.
Yeah, that one right there. Love to you all. Lovely being back. And we will speak to you same time, same place next week. Take care.
And goodbye.